Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors, your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
All right, good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad you're here this morning. Got a great show lineup. Got a famous Friday fishing forecast. We're going to give away some seafood and all kind of good things going on. So a special good morning to all you viewers. And I've gotten ready. This weekend looks really good. Our weather brought to us by Haney Technical Center at the corner of Baldwin Road and Highway 77. High today, 76. Low tonight, only down to 56. So it is slightly warming up. It's just been a cool week. And I always think about the old timers talking about, you know, when we think winter's over about the 1st of March and all, they always say we're going to have that one more cool snap right before Easter. And I'm hoping this is a cool snap because we've still got another week before Easter, so we'll wait and see. Okay, our water temperature is 68 degrees. The river reading is Apalachicola Bluntstown is at 22.9, 22.9, and it may be cresting out this morning. We're hoping it's going to crest out this morning. That's right at 23 foot, folks. That's a lot of water in these woods up here. See, Choctahatchee at Caraville, it is really high also. We're right at 15 foot, 14.5, and it's going to be cresting out maybe tomorrow night, we hope. And the tide brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn Funeral Home and Cemetery, and we talk about their motto is when carrying counts, located right here on 23rd Street. We're talking about the low, it's a neat tides. We got a couple of lows and highs. First low is at 4 a.m., then a high at 10:42 a.m., then a low at 3:21 p.m., then a high at 9:25. Just not a lot of tidal flow in that. So we're going to do the best we can on it, and we hope we're going to get a little bit of tidal flow next couple of days. Okay. Now let's look at the marine forecast. Like I say, 5 to 10 southeast. So that's not bad. It's going to be a beautiful day getting water. Let's go ahead and do our fish and game forecast in this segment right here. A lot of times we start our fishing. We start up our fishing report and don't get to it. It's brought to us by Mark Coward of Edgewater Beach Realty. And excellent time this morning. We're looking at 9:59 to 11:59. Let's say 10 to 12 this morning, and then tonight 10:21 to 12:21. That's our times there. So appreciate Mark Coward and bringing to that spot right there. Now, every Friday we like to call down to Seacourse Marina on the eastern end of our arena eastern end of our viewing area down there, and talk to folks. They're in grouper season and inshore fishing doing good. And let's see if we got them on the phone. Good morning, Kim.
Good morning, Mr. Chester. It's a great day here in Caraville. We got the sun coming up and very little wind. I got Tim Edwards, captain over here, waiting to go on a charter. And they're going to be fishing for pompano today right off the beach.
Oh, great. Now, how does he fish for his pompano down there?
Oh, he won't tell me now.
Well,
he takes a bit of bait, and they use, what you going to use for bait there, Tim? Shrimp. Okay, he's lying, but he says shrimp.
Shrimp. Okay, very good. Do y'all get?
Yeah.
Ask him. Yeah. Does he get a lot of sand fleas down there?
Yeah. We've had a few people in getting the sand flea nets, and they've been having real good luck with those as well.
Well, that's good to hear. Are they going to beach fish, or are they going to fish from a boat?
He's going to take the boat, but they get up real close to the beach.
Yeah. Well, I know they're going to have a great time. It's going to be a beautiful day to do that.
Certainly, yeah.
Oh. All right, Captain Kim, what else is going on down there?
Well, we've got a good grouper bite going on as well. Yesterday was a bit breezy. A couple folks went out and tried it and did end up catching a few. But this rest of the week looks like it's going to be gorgeous. We've got a high tide coming up just after 1 o'clock, and so the trout and redfish ought to be running pretty good as well.
So the inshore's been doing good?
Oh, yeah. We had Captain Bobby went out yesterday and caught a bunch of brim up the river, so it's been pretty good no matter where you go.
Well, I know who's excited about that.
Oh yeah.
Well, how's Miller doing on his grouper fishing?
Miller did real well last time he went out. They limited out, and I've got some pictures. I'll have to send them over to you.
Yeah, send us those pictures if you would.
Roger that.
All right, well, listen, I know y'all are busy down there getting everybody ready to go, and we'll just say good morning everybody down there in that end of the viewing area, and thank you so much for that report.
You betcha. Thank you, Mr. Chester. We'll see you next time.
All right, we'll see you. All right, that's down at Seaquarters, and interesting enough, we'll show you in the fishing report. The pompano fishing down there really gets excellent this time of year, And a lot of folks who use the sand fleas, but you see one, that's a captain right there on the charter, and he's going out, and he's just going to use shrimp. And it's hard to beat shrimp as an overall bait for surf fishing. I mean, in general, if you get some good fresh shrimp, you're going to be in good shape. All right, let's take our first break, and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Getting our pictures set up. We get so many pictures sent in and get copies of them different places. I'm trying to get it set up where we were the other day, and it's great because you know what these pictures do. They're up to date. They're within the last 3 or 4 days, or even like yesterday. I get pictures from yesterday, and then some of them are over the weekend and all, and they gather up, and it just shows you the great variety. We'll talk about it over and over again. The great variety of things we can do here in the Panhandle, and the great variety of fish. So I'm going to start. I know some of these might be shown the second time, but that's okay too. I'm going to start here with a Spanish mackerel. We're going to go ahead and talk about a Spanish. Donald Copper. He emailed me. He was in his kayak, and he thanked me. He asked me where to go. He sent me an email, asked me where to go fishing in a kayak to catch some Spanish. I told him just put it in at the state park over there and hang around Deepwater Point, go up the rocks, and that's what he did. He was able to get some nice Spanish. So good job there, Donald. I showed you this one. This is the second time I showed it. Matt Mandeville catching his second one off the pier. Good job there. He's catching Spanish on a Spanish mackerel tree, doing really good there. Turkey, this is Leon Mathis at a 9-inch beard. Sheephead bite. I got a good email last night. I read it this morning when I was eating breakfast. The sheephead bite is still going on really good. This is how you gaff the talking about getting the cobia in from the pier. One of the most important things is being able to gaff it really good, and you got to be experienced to do that. That's Tommy Jones on the gaff right there. Okay, this is redfish here. Charlie Younger's the Cape San Blas. He said hunting season over, and he's really hitting these redfish hard down off the Cape right there. Beautiful, or that might have been right inside St. Joe Bay. All right, Dan Scanlon on a beautiful trout here. And I showed you this other day, this week, the first king taken off the pier. Ernie Cabot sent that picture. That's Aaron. Caught him on a cigar minnow and light tackle. All right. The bite is on at Deer Point Lake. I'm not catching a lot of them, but this week before the wind really kicked in strong, they were catching a few brim up there at Deer Point Lake. That's a good supper right there, folks. I just wanted to show this. My daughter, Wendy, has been up in the hospital, and she's doing fine, but the room next to where she was, dedicated by the Brudnicki family, Greg, Lynn, Stephen, Lauren, Adam. And I just thought that was really neat. He's one of our sponsors. He's a big part of Panhandle Outdoors and contributes a lot and all as far as fishes and all, but they also do a good thing. So I'm just, they didn't know I was throwing that in. I just wanted to show you that. And well, I got two pictures of it. Okay, now, this is a great picture here. This is Ariana Kelly on her very first turkey hunt. This is Wednesday morning of this week. She got a Jake turkey, a young Jake, Drew Benton. That's Drew. Drew's a good outdoorsman. Been on a lot of pictures of him before. I had a picture of him at St. Vincent when we went down there. But took a friend of his daughter, Ariana Kelly. First one, great picture there. Nice job there. Enoch Waddell, okay, his son, his first Spanish mackerel. Good job there. And then another cobia. Jeff Thomas sent this Ron off the pier, and then Brian Jones on a cobia here. So, and then we know this guy, Bill Allen. Nice picture there, Bill. And speaking of Greg Brudnicki, Greg and Bill were out fishing. I believe this was Tuesday afternoon of this week. Okay, then several more, and that's going to wrap it up. But that's just this week, folks, right here in the Florida Panhandle, and it's neat to have those pictures and all. Okay, a couple of announcements now. Look, we got the Flathead Catfish Tournament. We'll talk about it. There's a series and all. It starts. It's along the Apalachicola River, and these ladies and gentlemen do a great job producing this Flathead Catfish Tournament. Well, the first one is always up there in Bristol, at the Bristol Landing. It's put on by the Liberty County Senior Citizens Council. It's their 13th annual one. And what had happened, they'd always sort of put them on, then they joined together and made a Florida Catfish Trail. And we'll talk more about that later. And, we covered that weigh-in and all. Hopefully, we're going to get to fish one of them this year. Well, we talked about it last year, and I think they're going to have high water. But now this is going to be on April 25th and 26th. Hope it'll go down by then. It starts at 5 p.m. on a Friday, and you can fish all during the night if you want to. It ends like at 1 p.m. on Saturday. That's the general format of these flathead catfish tournaments. And it'll be at the Senior Center at the boat landing right there in Bristol. There's not a lot of boat landings in Bristol. It won't be hard to find. Okay, that's one announcement. Next announcement. Let's go into fly fishing, the Bay Fly Fishers Club. They're starting to meet again, and they're going to meet on the third Thursday of each month. And they're going to move it around. Last week was at the beach. This month is going to be in Lynn Haven at the Sonny's Barbecue. They're going to start at 6:30 and come there and eat if you want to, or just come by and just visit with them at 6:30. If you're interested in fly fishing, they'll be glad to help you. There's some good fly tires in that group. I saw the list of names that attended last time. There's some good fly fishermen in there. So great time of the year to learn it right now because fly fishing is right around the corner. All right. And also the Mexico Beach Ling Ding tournament is also going on to be the second weekend. Last weekend they caught this many cobia. So maybe this weekend will be a lot better. So good luck to those guys at the Mexico Beach Marina down there in the second weekend of the Ling Ding tournament at Mexico Beach. All right. Let's take this break and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back to this segment of Panhandle Outdoors. I appreciate you coming in on this Friday morning watching the show. I get tickled. Jeff, our director back here, we get tickled sometimes talking about how electronics, just helps us so much in Panhandle Outdoors. All the pictures and all. I show off this iPad here. Then I have my phone. I have the list of the pictures on the phone and all. And he remarked the other day when I was leaving at the end of the show. I was walking out. He said, "Could you imagine just a couple years ago?" You using all the electronics on the show. I said I never would have thought about it. So, but it helps out a lot, and it saves. I tell you what, it saves a lot of ink cartridges. We used to, if you remember, we used to print out all these pictures on our printer and then bring them up here. I put them on the stand over here, and we were spending a small fortune. Honestly, the money we saved on ink cartridges is paid for the iPad. Really, over the last 2 years, easily. Probably I could bought a couple of them. All right, let's a couple of announcements again. The Emerald Coast Redfish Club. We covered their tournament over here last March the 2nd, and they do a series over there. And now next weekend, April 19th, they'll be over in Destin. And you look online, Emerald Coast Redfish Club, and find out what they doing. And they have like 6 tournaments and a neat group of guys. And you'll enjoy fishing with them. They're competitive, but also they're very helpful and you'll enjoy that. So if you're into fishing for the redfish. James Pick mentioned something yesterday. And I went back and forth with him communicating and all. He was sheephead fishing at the jetties, and he said yesterday he caught all male sheephead, and he felt like that was probably starting to be the end of the spawning cycle. I'm not a fish biologist and all, but James is out there a lot and on a regular basis, and that brings up a good point. So we're going to see if it's winding down. Usually we're in April now, and it starts winding down this time of year. But that, those little signs of nature like that, when James picks, he's out there. Like I say, he's on top of it, and he shares that information. That's good stuff. I wanted to show you. Last week we went to the Blue Water tent sale, and they're one of my big sponsors, and I trade with them as much as I can. And of course, we really talk about the sale and try to get you to go down there. And a lot of times, people there's so many sales out there, especially furniture stores and all, like, every weekend, like the big sale and all, we just get oblivious to sales and all and say, oh yeah, they're having a sale, so what? But I just want to bring back one item that I checked out, and I bought this at Blue Water. This is just a set of 3 gotcha plugs put out by Tsunami, and a 3-pack. And, this is ideal bait for Spanish mackerel. Well, they were right around $4, okay, for those 3. So I came back, and I was in one of the box stores getting some household items this week, and I swung by the sporting goods department just because I knew that was a good buy. And I went and saw the exact one at this big box store. I won't call out name, but it was the big box store. That same package was $6 at the box store. So when we tell you that Blue Water's having a big tent sale, and they have a lot of stuff on sale, it's phenomenal at the bargains you get. So if you've missed it this year, they're going to have one in the summer. They have them twice a year. So be sure and go to that, because when they say they're having a sale, it really is a sale. I just want to encourage you to do that. And I got a big old sack full of stuff. I bought over $100 worth of stuff. I'm gonna bring it back here next week. We're gonna put them in bags and all, and we're gonna start giving them to you. So make sure that you've entered it all. I've already done that, haven't we? So okay, now let's get ready to give away. Speaking of giveaway, Tarpon Dock Seafood. I'm gonna give this away. I also want to mention again, Cast and Call Outdoors. If you got to see the show Sunday morning, we got a lot of feedback from it. Honestly, people really, really enjoyed it. It was well put together, and the thing about it, the photography on it was outstanding. And Whitney went red fishing with Justin and Matt. This weekend they're going to do it's an Alabama deer hunt. So get a chance to get it. That's the only show in the country that's got a 13-year-old host on it. So I'm very proud of Whitney for doing that, and Walter does a good job on his photography. So that show has a great future. So it's going to be Sunday morning at 6:30 on Fox 28. Set your DVR. Now, you old timers, you've got to learn how to use that DVR. Set it and watch it Sunday afternoon or Sunday night. Okay. All right. Now let's Tarpon Dock Seafood. The first one's going to be the $20 gift certificate. Remember, enter any time of the year. Especially next week, I'm going to start giving away some of that tackle. And this winner right here from Youngstown, Mary L. Stevens, $20 of Tarpon Dock Seafood. Okay, and now let's go to the Big Red Snapper, and that winner is Don Clemens from Bluntstown. So we got Youngstown and Bluntstown represented. So make sure your town gets put in the drawings. Okay. All right, we're going to go ahead and try to get set up for our famous Friday fishing forecast. We'll take a final break, and we'll be right back on the other set. Now, welcome back, and welcome to the famous Friday fishing forecast. And this is from all reports that I gathered during the week, and it's so easy. I wouldn't say so easy. It's so sufficient, maybe, because I get the information from all over, from all kind of people, from emails, and Facebooks, and phone calls, and just word of mouth and all. So we just put it together and bring this report. So here's what's going on. Starting Choctawhatchee Bay on the west end. I'll tell you what's going on there in the Choctawhatchee Bay. The trout, again, the trout are in about 8 foot of water right now. And if you find them on a spot, be sure and just stay right there on that spot, because they're sort of grouped up in that 8 foot of water around, right off, drop off at the ledges, what the guys over there are saying. Spanish are being caught. They're having better luck over on Choctawhatchee Bay catching Spanish now on bubble rigs. So they're in Choctawhatchee Bay good. And the trout, a lot of trout, though, I just mentioned, are being caught on grubs. And around the bridges, the sheephead bite continues to be good, according to the fishermen over there. And overall, though, they say, overall, with this wind blowing like it has this week, fishing was slow. And it really had, the wind really, it's been blowing 10 to 20 for like 3 straight days. Like Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, it blew 10 to 20 out of north. And of course, it switched to Thursday a little bit, coming out of the southeast, and the days coming out of the south. But that wind is a big factor when you get on open water. That's why you had to fish up in the coves. Okay, that's Choctawhatchee Bay. Let's go over. Let's flip over to Carabel, because we just got our phone on Carabel. I'm going to go from one end to the other, and we'll end up in Panama City. Just talked to Captain Kim out of Seaquarters Marina, and they're catching. You heard one of the guys right there in the tackle shop as she was getting ready, and he's going to go fishing from his boat. And I'll tell you what he's going to do. They won't want to tell me, but he's going to leave Carabel, and he's going to come out here. He's going to leave Carabel and come down the river here, come out on this side of Dog Island, and they're going to fish in the surf area right in here. Or if you don't have any luck there, he's going to come down here in St. George Island on this end right here, and he'll fish from here into the surf area and in that trough there. The sheephead, the pompano will be really strong right there. The sheephead on my mind because I have so many reports of sheephead. All right, going on in Apalachicola Bay, the sheephead, I mentioned this last week, the sheephead bite right there off the bridge is going to be really good. The St. George Island Bridge off East Point. We mentioned this last week, and I want to mention it again. The sheephead bite off this old bridge right here. If you get a chance off these rocks here, if you're fishing from a boat and everything, but you can walk out there with and catch some nice sheephead still. All right, now let's come over here to Crooked Island Sound. Well, let's go to Mexico Beach. Mitch Coleman's really good about sending a report in from Mexico Beach. I'm going to read his report from Mexico Beach, okay? Here it is right here. Captain Mitch Coleman, and the name of his boat now is the Floridays Adventures. And he said the water is warmed up to 69 to 70 degrees at Mexico Beach, which is right where you want it. It's the same thing like this too here. Okay, we had a little alert right there, but we're going to keep on fishing. All right, here's what Mitch is saying. The area from the Gulf Bay County line is right there. You know, also it's around the off 3rd Street in Mexico Beach. It's been productive, really good on Pompano right there. The Tyndall side of the canal has been really good. Flounder being caught in the incoming tides. That's one of the first good flounder reports I've had. Flounder being caught in incoming tides in the canal. Sheephead and Spanish are biting really good all the way out to 3 miles. No cobia caught. So they're in the second weekend. I just mentioned the second weekend of the Ling Ding tournament. So the Pompano have arrived. They're catching them off the beach right there, and right there around Mexico Beach, around that 3rd Street area. If you go there and the fish in the surf right there. Okay, good report there, Mitch. All right, here in Panama City, talking about Panama City, we're looking at Justin Lee texted me last night. They were really catching a lot of sheephead. Off the jet. They released like 25 on their trip yesterday. And the redfish, they're catching sheephead on one side and redfish on the other side of the jetties on a regular basis. They post pictures on a daily basis. You saw James Pick, I mentioned, caught some nice sheephead with his charters. So the sheephead are still out there. I think it's winding down, but you get a chance. And this weekend, Spanish mackerel should be excellent. Now listen, there'll be a lot of boats out there between the pass and Redfish Point. Just start getting in a circle with them and go in a circle. Don't cut across people. Don't cut across people's lines. Be courteous. Leave some distance between you and the other boat and all, and everybody can enjoy it a lot better. So make sure that you're courteous and observant of what's going on around you. Okay. So that takes care of the fishing port. Up in the bay has been real slow, but around the jetties and all, be hopping this weekend on the Spanish mackerel. Okay. That takes care of this one. This will be online too. You can go to our website and pick this up online. There's a lot more information here, also your fishing times. Thank y'all for watching Panhandle Outdoors this week. I appreciate all your viewership. You have a great weekend. Do something good for somebody else and have a great time in the outdoors, and God bless.
Thanks for joining us for Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors features hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.